Well, thank you. Now to a story that many of you, our viewers, have asked us to cover. It involves a dispute between a local restaurant in Pueblo and the mother of a special needs child and her family who says they were thrown out.
Well, a viral social media post about the incident, which has since been deleted, accuses the restaurant of intolerance. As Andy Cohen reports, parties on both sides of this conflict continue to suffer from hatred generated online.
The owners of the pantry claim they have been harassed and intimidated ever since that social media post about this incident went viral earlier in the week. Their property has been vandalized, and they've since hired security to look after the safety of their patrons and their staff. The mother of that special needs child also granted us an interview. However, she asked that we not reveal her name or likeness out of fear for her personal safety, because she too has been the target of vicious personal attacks online and has received harassing phone calls.
The incident happened Tuesday morning.
I tried to overlook it as much as I could, and eventually what made me go have a talk with him was the little girl was leaning over the back of the booth, screaming at the top of her lungs in this man's ear.
That's Kenny Valdez in the top left, speaking to the family. He owns the restaurant with his sister Shauna. This security video does not have audio, but here's what he said happened.
I said, would you please try to calm the kids down? I said, they're disrupting the restaurant and making my other customers feel uncomfortable. And I said, if you can't do that, I said, I'm probably going to have to ask you to leave. That was the extent of my conversation with her.
Now here's how the child's mother described what happened.
He comes up, he is aggressive. You can hear it in his voice. He says, shut your kid up because she's bothering my customers.
She said she was angry and walked over to Kenny, which the video shows.
So I told him that he can shove his nasty food and his restaurant where the sun don't shine, which I told him he could shove it up his ass, his fat ass. And he got mad, leaned over the table and told me, you could just get the f out. And then I said, well, I'm sorry, you don't know what it's like to have a special needs child. And he said, I don't give a f what the f she is, get the f out.
Valdez said that's completely false.
No, I never raised my voice. I did not use any profanity.
But he did tell her to leave. This post showed up on Facebook that day from a woman who claimed to have witnessed the incident. She wrote that Kenny yelled in the child's face, which the video does not show.
And I would never in any way, shape, or form ever say anything negative to a child.
Still, her Facebook post was shared thousands of times before it was deleted, triggering a tremendous backlash.
The next day, I think I got 27 threatening phone calls.
Go to fucking hell, bitch! Go to fucking hell!
It's just out of control. We had a woman show up that next day and mark on our windows, beating on our windows. She shoved him, tried to hit me with a fly swatter.
2 Pueblo police officers drove past as this was happening and contacted that woman. The Valdezes feel like they've been defamed, falsely accused of bigotry against people with disabilities.
Absolutely 100% not true. Not true. Like I've told you before, we have people that bring their clients in from group homes. I've accommodated a party of 10 from a group home. I personally have a sister-in-law who's disabled, handicapped.
The child's mother also claims she's been harassed, with people reporting her to Child Protective Services on false claims she hit her daughter, which the video does not show.
I've been getting numerous phone calls where people are calling me in the middle of the night stating that my kids are and hanging up the phone from no caller ID.
Both the restaurant owners and the child's mother told me they know each other. Her grandmother worked at the pantry for decades, and they have dined here frequently.
I want to be my kid's voice. She doesn't have a voice. There's a lot of them that don't have a voice.
In my personal self, do not feel like I did anything wrong other than trying to protect my business and my customers.
The Valdezes say they are aware of plans to protest their business on Saturday over this ordeal, and they plan to have security here to look after the safety of their customers and their staff. In Pueblo, Andy Cohen, News 5.